The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman. Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pine City High School, where we are sitting and waiting for first pitch here in this baseball game between the Pine City Dragons and the Milaca Wolves. I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody, and welcome to a beautiful day here in Pine City, Minnesota. Great day for some baseball. Of course, anytime it's not snowing, it's a great day, or raining or cloudy, it's a great day for some baseball. Sitting at about 67 degrees, just under that 70-degree mark. We have been so lucky and truly blessed this entire week, even stretching into last week, the end of last week. Man, it has been so warm, close to unseasonably warm at times, and we're going to get even warmer. Tomorrow, 79. Saturday, ducks down to 73, but then back up to 87 on Sunday, 85 Monday, Tuesday, 84. So I hope you're ready for some warm weather, because I know I am. But we're out here in Pine City for this section game. It's not a conference game. It's only a section game, but that just means it does mean something for these two teams, as, again, conference play plays a little bit of a role into QRF, not as much as it does as playing against teams in your same section. Of course, as I mentioned, these two teams do play out of the same section, which is 7AA. Of course, I'm talking about the Pine City Dragons and the Milaca Wolves coming into today's game as we get set for a 4 o'clock first pitch here in Pine City. But while we wait for first pitch, we're going to take this time to look at both of these teams and how they look coming into today's game. As I mentioned, both playing out of Section 7AA, I can count, where Duluth Marshall is the top team. They are the number one team in the state in Class 2A baseball. Duluth Marshall is 10-0, 4-0 in the section. They score just under 8 runs per game, but don't even give up 1 run per game. At this point, it's only 0.8 runs per game. That is obviously best in the section, and as we take a look at the entire state, of Minnesota, through all the different classes, Duluth Marshall is the best defensively at only 0.8 runs. The next closest, believe it or not, is Esco at not Esco, it's Perham at 1.1, then Esco at 1.5. But Perham's also undefeated. They're the 5th-ranked team in the state. Esco is number 4, and then number 3 is Providence Academy. They're a good basketball school as well. And then Fairmont is number 2. So it's going to be a very, very good baseball playoff and state when we get there here this season. But again, in Section 7AA, Pine City Milaca play out of this section. Duluth Marshall is on top, Esco in second, Proctor in third, then followed by Aiken in fourth, Rush City in fifth. Rush City is currently 6-2. They're 5-1 in section play. They score 7 runs per game, give up 4. The highest run scoring team in the section is Esco, just under 10 runs per game. But Rush City is 5th. Moose Lake Willow River is 6th. Mora is 7th. And then we drop down to Pine City, who is about 13th in the section at 3-7, 2-5. And then Milaca is 4 up from the bottom, putting them at about, what would that be, 13th? So Pine City would be 11th? I don't know. I can't count real well. I'm not a math major. I barely pass math at that. And barely is a strong word, but we don't need to focus on that. 1-11 are the Milaca Wolves, 0-2 in section play. They score about 4 runs per game, give up an 11.5 runs per game. Taking a look at the team they were able to beat this year, that was Albany. In their first game of the season, they beat Albany 4-2. Albany, who plays out of Section 6AA. Albany does, and they are currently right now in the middle of that section at 6-7 and 3-5 in their own section, respectively. But taking a look at Milaca, again, they did beat Albany in that first game. They're 6-7 on the year is Albany. So a tough loss there for them, but they have beat some pretty good teams like Little Falls. Melrose is a team that they have beat, but they've also lost to some really good schools as well. But again, Milaca, they beat Albany in their first game of the season, but have not won since. They lost to Foley 13-3, 12-2 to St. Cloud Cathedral, 10-0 to Piers, 11-5 to Pequot Lakes, 10-7 to Becker. And the interesting thing about Becker is that they're a 3A school, so only a 6-point loss to Becker. Not a bad game there for Milaca. Or a 3-point loss. I apologize. Like I told you, math is not my strong suit. Pequot Lakes 17-12, lost to Upsala Swanville 10-3. Upsala Swanville, one of the stronger teams in Class A. They lost to Little Falls 6-3. Then they lost to Albany as they played them again 22-4. 17-2 loss to Zimmerman and 9-2 loss to St. Cloud Cathedral. So they come into a stretch here where they're going to play some more local teams. The Pine City today, Foley on Friday, Mora next Monday, next Tuesday up in Piers, and then the following Monday on the 19th against Princeton. So some teams they might be a little bit more familiar with and that they might be able to get some wins over, and they're hoping that that is the case as we go forward. For Pine City, as I mentioned, they're towards the bottom of the pack, just 2 spots above Milaca at 3-7 overall, 2-5 in section play. As we take a look at what they've been able to do here this season, scoring about 3 runs per game, giving up 9 are the Dragons. But they lost their first game to Crosby Ironton 5-1. That was one game where I looked at and I went, man, if they get a chance to play these guys again, that's going to be a much different story. And it was. We'll talk about that in just a second. But then they lost to Mille Lacs, then had a really good close win over Two Harbors 7-6 for their first win of the season. Then they would go on to lose their next 5 to Rush City 12-2, Aiken 15-1, Ogilvie 10-6, 15-5 to Mora, and 15-2. But then they came back and beat 2 teams from the conference. That was Bram and then Crosby Ironton here just on Tuesday up in Crosby. So they did get to play Crosby again, and again, it was a different story. Much like I expected, they were able to get a 2-1 victory. And in that first game they played against them, it was a really good pitching performance. They just couldn't quite figure out a way to get the bats going. That was a more defensive game for them, and they got it figured out and held Crosby to 1 while they got 2 runs to cross. So for Pine City this year, when they can get the offense going, that is really when this team is complete. I don't think they've quite played a complete game yet this year, but when they do, man, they are one of the better teams. I think they're going to be a sneaky team here once section playoffs start. You might be thinking to yourself, section playoffs, why are we talking about section playoffs? Well, because they're only 19 days away. Yes, we're just under 3 weeks away from the section tournament beginning for Class 7 AA for baseball anyways. Softball is, I believe, 1 week earlier, so we are just around the corner for playoffs starting for spring sports. And a lot of people might be wondering, why are playoffs starting so early? Well, because we were able to start on time. I know the last couple of seasons for spring sports, it is we've not had playoffs start until June. The first week of June is usually when we've seen playoffs start. Now we're starting in the last week of May. You might think that's not that big of a deal, but it is, because now you're getting done sooner, and these guys who are playing in this sport can get out to what they would like to do out of school a little bit earlier. But yes, playoffs do start May 27th on Tuesday for this section that Pine City is in. They're looking for another win here today, trying to get a win over Milaca. That would make it 3 in a row if they were able to do that, and that would extend their streak and make them 4-7. Now, looking at their section, what would that do for them? Well, it's tough, because right now they are as high as they could probably go unless they were able to win a few more. But they would stay in their spot right now, but if they were able to put a few more together, they could get as high as, really, sky's the limit. They could really get up past Mora in 7th if they were to put a couple more wins together if they were to win today. But again, we're still kind of waiting on Pine City to put that full, complete game together, because let me tell you, once they do, they're going to be one of the sneakier, better teams in this section this year, and there's no doubt about that. But can they get the offense going? That will be the question. In the conference standings for both these teams, they don't play in the same conference, as we've talked about over the last few days, but they play in adjacent conferences, if you will. Granite Ridge Conference, Milaca is on the bottom at 1-8. Just above them is Foley, who is not having the year they expected. St. Cloud Cathedral on top at 13-0. No one really catching St. Cloud Cathedral right now at 9-0 in conference play. For the Great River Conference, it's looking unique, to say the least. Aiken is on top, which, again, they're new to the conference this year, along with Mora and Crosby Ironton at 8-1. Ogilvy's just behind them at 7-1, 9-3 as well. Then Rush City at 6-2, Mille Lacs 6-3, Mora 5-4, Crosby 4-4, Bram 3-8, 2-6 for East Central, 2-7 Pine City, 0-7 Hinckley Finlayson. So this conference still up for grabs. Don't count Mora or Crosby out. Well, even they're at 5-4. I think Aiken is definitely beatable for teams in this conference. I can't wait to see Ogilvy, Aiken, Rush. Those three teams. Don't count out Mille Lacs. They've got a really good pitching crew over there that should be taken notice of, because they've set some records, state records at that too. So as we get ready for first pitch, I want to take a moment to look at the Long Spurs of Sunrise River is throwing an awesome youth event in Harris, June 14th. Axe throwing, clay pigeon shooting, tons of hunting, fishing exhibits, demos from the fire department, 2,000 ears of corn, and a ton of other cool stuff for kids 7 to 17. It's a free event. You can visit the Long Spurs of Sunrise River on Facebook for more info and get signed up. Kids signed up before May 31st get a free t-shirt as well. So we get started, and leading it off for the Wolves is number 24, Adam Drugsma. First pitch to him is low for ball one. On the mound pitching today is Asa Schwarzbauer. Behind the mound plate catching for him is Ezra Barth. That one's going to be outside for ball two. Now over at first is Ethan Agard. At second, it'll be Caleb Hogberg. And at third, Nick Stewart. That one going to be called ball as well. So 3-0 here for Adam Drugsma. Looked like a good pitch from Schwarzbauer, but apparently just out of the zone for ball three. Here's 3-0. That's inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Drugsma. So now coming to the plate, we'll get a courtesy runner out there. It's going to be number 4. That's Kason Vanderswag. And then now at the plate is number 1, Bryce Mayerworth. So runner at first, nobody down. That pitch is in there from Schwarzbauer for strike 1 to Mayerworth. At short today for the Dragons is Jacob Staber. Throw over to first to check on the runner, but he's back safely. Then out in the field, at left field, it's number 11, Mike Petronik. In center, Bo Heggie, wearing number 1. And then out in right, it's A.J. Austinson. That ball's in there to Mayerworth for strike 2. So 0-2 count here to Bryce Mayerworth. And now Asa looking for the strikeout pitch. Here's the 0-2. Inside for ball 1. Throw down to second. Not in time. And the courtesy runner, Kason Vanderswag, is in there with a steal. So 1-2 count now for Bryce Mayerworth. Top of the first. Milaca being aggressive here early on, going for the steal. That one swung on, softly hit, just gets by the pitcher to second. On to first, it's going to be well off the mark. It's going to take him off the bag. And that will allow him to reach, so a little bit of a throwing error there. Give it an E4. Meanwhile, runners are at the corners now, nobody out. And to the plate comes Hunter Overson. Or Overson? If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize to anybody listening. But again, runners at the corners. Nobody down for the Wolves. Asa steps off the rubber there for just a moment, trying to keep an eye on the runner at first, Bryce Mayerworth. Pitch is in there for strike 1, though, to Overson or Uverson. I, again, apologize if neither of those are correct. And here's the pitch. That's in there. Strike 2 to Alverson. Schwarzbauer has another opportunity with an 0-2. And here's the pitch. Ooh, no, it was out of the zone for ball one. Runner will take second. That's Merworth. That looked like another good pitch from Schwarzbauer, but just out of the zone for ball one. Here's the 1-2, swung on and hit towards the third base, and it's going to get by for a base hit. It's going to score one, and it will score two. Two-run single there for Alverson. Another four-pitch at-bat. Scores two, and the Wolves are on the board early. So runner at first, nobody out. Now at the plate is number 8, Brady Alverson. Got a piece. That one fouled it off. I think it might have gotten him. So it is strike one. 0-1 pitch is swung on and swung to deep center. But the center fielder is there for the first out. And a great read there by Bo Heggie for out number one. So that brings to the plate number 23, Caleb Johnson. Still a runner at first for the Wolves. This one is fouled back and out of play by Johnson. 0-1 now for Caleb Johnson. One down, runner at first. Here's the pitch from Schwarzbauer. Good. Off-speed pitch there for strike two. 0-2 now for Johnson. Took it off speed again. This one swung out towards left, and it's not going to beat the fielder. He did not have the greatest track on it, but Michael Petronek made the play anyways for out number two. And now to the plate is number 13, Ethan Daladin. That one swung on, just gets by the pitcher. Making the play is the second baseman, thrown on to first in time for out number 3. Well, the Wolves do a little bit of damage there, getting 2 runs. But they do get the out, and after the 2 runs score, that is it. So 1 hit, 2 runs, and an error by Pine City. And we move forward to the bottom of the first inning. It will be the Dragons' turn at the plate. They will try and get things going early here in this one, as the Wolves get themselves set and ready defensively on the mound. And pitching for the Wolves is going to be number 8, Brady Alverson. So the Wolves get set. These two teams trying to get another win here for Milaca. It's been a while. It's been quite a few weeks since their first win over Albany, and then they went later in the season and had a pretty tough, lopsided loss to Albany. So they're looking for, I wouldn't say, well, I think desperate is too strong of a word, but they are pretty hungry for a win here in this one. So let's see what they can do in this game. Of course, it helps you're up already 2-0 after half an inning. So for the Wolves, got to be pretty pleased with how you started the game anyways. So here comes, leading off is Jacob Staber. I did mention that Brady Alverson is pitching behind the plate, and catching for him is Adam Drugsma. First pitch swinging is Staber, and it's strike one. Here's the pitch. That's low in the dirt for ball one. Brady Alverson, excuse me. One pitch now for Alverson. Here's the pitch. That's low again, and that'll make it a 2-ball-and-1-strike count for the leadoff man, Jacob Staber. Here's the 2-1. Staber gets a piece of that one, fouls it back into the backstop, and that'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Alverson. It's low, but it is a swinging strikeout for Staber for out number 1. Now to the plate is the catcher, Ezra Barth. 1 down. First pitch is in there for strike 1 to Barth. And the 0-1 in there, bouncing to the catcher. It'll make it ball 1, so no one on base, doesn't matter if it bounces out. 1-1 now to Barth. That one's high for ball 2. 2-1 the count for Ezra Barth, standing in that right-handed batter's box. Alverson takes just a moment to resituate himself, and now here's the 2-1 pitch. And Barth thought about it, held off. Good eye by Barth, and that draws the count 3-1. Alverson with the 3-1. Barth gives that one a ride straight at the second baseman. Throw on to first is in time for out number 2. You know, even though he did wind up getting out, that's a good-looking at-bat for Barth. Made Alverson throw a few more pitches than I'm sure he would have liked to. And now that brings to plate the pitcher, Asa Schorsbauer. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. On deck and getting ready is Nick Stewart, one of the most patient batters you'll see in high school baseball. Schorsbauer, meanwhile, swings and misses. Big swing and miss at that one. So 0-2 now for Schorsbauer, and Alverson trying to strike out this one for out number 3, but that one is low for ball 1 to Schorsbauer. Good eye there by Asa. And the 1-2 from Alverson on the way. That's in there. That is strike 3 and out number 3, and he'll go down looking. Well, 1, 2, 3 go the Dragons. No hits, no runs, and that lone error there. And that will bring us to the end of the first inning with the Wolves on top, 2-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. So we will take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have that second inning ready for you here on WCMP and KBEK.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
And we're back on the simulcast, both KBK 95.5 FM and Anthem Country, WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. As we get ready for the second inning to get started. And getting ready and leading off for the Wolves is going to be number 11. That is Ethan Abel. Abel into the right-handed batter's box. Schwarzbauer with the pitch. That one's high for ball one. So 1-0 now for Ethan Abel. Schwarzbauer with the 1-0. That one's in the dirt, bouncing for ball two. Again, nobody on, so bouncing ball doesn't matter too much. Obviously, they'll run and get it, but does not make a difference too much in the game. Of course, unless he gets on base, then might make a difference. But here's the 2-0. That one swung on and hit out towards straightaway center. Haggie's on it for out number one. So a better start to this one for the Dragons. Meanwhile, coming out and now going to be at the plate is Madden Vanderswag, wearing number 5. First pitch is in there for strike one. That pitch is just high out of the zone for ball one. So a 1-1 count now to Madden Vanderswag. Or Zwag. 1-1 is fouled back and out of play. And that will make it a 1-2 count now for Madden Vanderswag. Schwarzbauer with the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 for Vanderswag. And now coming to the plate. Oh, no. Didn't get to see his jersey number. We'll have to see if he swings. This looks like possibly 34. Parker Herbst. This ball is a ball outside for ball 1-2. Who I assume is Parker Herbst. 1-0. That got him. That is not 34, it is 30, and I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have a 30 on the roster here. We'll make sure that we figure that out, though. So a good start here for the Pine City Dragons, but 30 takes one off the body, and now they have a runner on with 2 down, and back to the top of the order for Adam Drugsma. That one is in there. And outside for ball 1, though. Just outside. That one low for ball 2. 2-0 now to Drugsma. 2-0 pitch on the way. In there for strike 1. Number 30 is Elijah Nelson. I told you we'd figure it out. 2-1 on the way, excuse me. Now that evens it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes, as that one is fouled off. So Adam Drugsma with a even 2-2 count, 2 down runner at first. And the Dragons trying to make this one a quicker inning. 2-2 on the way. That one's swung softly to the third baseman. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. So not quite a 1-2-3 inning for the Wolves, but close enough as they had their first two batters quick outs and then a walk. But then Droogsma, a soft bouncer to the third baseman, would be enough for out number 3. So that will move us to the bottom of this inning. Dragons will come to the plate and try and get things going. Nick Stewart will be the leadoff man for the Dragons. Again, one of the more, if not the most patient batter I have seen in all of high school baseball this year. Very fun to watch him. Again, patience at the plate is something that is hard to come by because, again, knowing me, I'd swing at everything just because I don't want it to be too close and be called a strike or, but I think that's one thing with Nick Stewart. He goes up there with the least amount of anxiety you could have, just so confident in himself and his swing and his ability to know the strike zone that, he does so well. 2-0 is our score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in Pine City. Section 7 AA opponents in the Dragons and the Milaca Wolves. Being broadcast here on Nice 95.5 KBEK and 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP. Again, if you're watching this one on our YouTube, page, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're subscribed, anytime that we go live with a local sporting event, you will be notified. All you got to do is click that notification. It will bring you right to the live video. Dragons in their home green jerseys, the black pinstripes, the black letters and numbers outlined in white, gray pants, and the multicolor hat, the green front of it, black back of it, and then the black bill as well. Wolves are in their all, I think, white, maybe just off-white jerseys and pants. Milaca letters black in the front, the black pinstripes as well, black numbers, and the black hat with the red front. Nick Stewart, first pitch swinging, he got one he liked, and normally he's waiting on a couple, but he said, nah, give me this one. Must have just been one over the plate that he liked from Brady Alverson, and that's a good-looking hit there. So now to the plate is Caleb Hogberg with the leadoff man on. And Alverson. That one is fouled back by Hogberg. So 0-1 now for Hogberg. Alverson with the 0-1 pitch. That one swung on, and it's going to get down. It is down, and nobody's there at first, and Nick Stewart is into second. So, man, oh, man, that is so tough for the Wolves. A diving play by the first baseman, and unfortunately, Hunter Alverson couldn't get to it. And then the pitcher, Alverson himself, Brady Alverson, he kind of was slipping around trying to get to it. He couldn't get to it, so that leaves everybody safe. I don't know. That would be an error or a hit. Well, either way, we've got runners at first and second, nobody down for Pine City. And to the plate is Mike Petronek, the left fielder. So the Dragons putting themselves in a good position to try and get some runs back here in this inning. Strike one to Petronek. Brady Alverson readies. Here's the 0-1. And I think his bunt attempt either got a piece of it or he didn't pull back on the bunt attempt in enough time. So That makes it an 0-2 count now for Petronek, and this would help significantly for the Wolves to get this strikeout as an out. But Petronek keeps himself alive, fouling that one back and out of play. Keeps the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Alverson. Ooh, inside, but called strike 3. Interesting. So he'll go down looking as out number 1. That brings to the plate Bo Heggie. Bo Heggie's first pitch swinging, but missing on that one for strike 1. Runner still at first and second. 1 down for the Dragons, but again, that strikeout does a lot to help the Milaca Wolves. Here's the 0-1 from Brady Alverson. Got a piece of that one. That one is going to... It's going to actually get under the mitt of the second baseman or the shortstop. And in there, sliding safely, is Nick Stewart. Coming in from second base. Well, is this one? I think that would be counted as an error over there at short, unfortunately. So a run does score for the Dragons. Still 1 down and a runners at first and second. Now to the plate is A.J. Austinson. Young man in the games I broadcasted have yet to see this year, so good to see him out there. But this one is a swing and a miss for Austinson. You may recognize his name from the football team or maybe even the basketball team. But he has an 0-1. Showing bunt. This one has popped up backwards. And it's going to go foul, so lucky enough for Austinson, that one is going to go backwards, and the catcher just kind of lost it. So it's going to make it an 0-2 count now for Austinson. He won't be able to bunt attempt now because risk that going foul. That'll be strike 3. So 0-2 now for Brady Alverson, and he's going to try and look for another strikeout pitch here. Try and get out of the inning. Or at least help get out of the inning. Here's the 0-2. That's in there. Strike 3. So Austinson will go down looking. And now coming to plate is the designated hitter, DH, number 17, Jackson Karras, batting for Ethan Agard. 2 down, runners at first and second still. And Brady Alverson. Here's the swing and a miss for Karras. 0-1. Brady Alverson readies. Here's the pitch. And that one swung on. And just going to go foul off the third base line. That will keep it 0-2. Jackson Karras with an 0-2. Brady Alverson ready. He gets a signal he likes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Karras for out number 3. So that'll do it for the second inning of play, but the Dragons do get 1 back there. And they are down only by 1, but a good-looking few pitches there from Brady Alverson moves us on to the 3rd inning. Back for that 3rd inning after word from our fine sponsors.
The Mushroom Melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the Mushroom Melt and Fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back on 95.5 FM KBK and 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP. Getting ready to lead off the third inning for the Milaca Wolves is number 1, Bryce Merworth. Shoresbauer readies. First pitch to Merworth. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging at one low below the zone. For strike one. Merworth reached on an error, but then eventually stole second and came around to score back in the first. He watches this one go high for ball one. So a 1-1 count for Merworth. The 1-1. Ooh, just high for ball two. Two 2-1 now for Merworth. Here's the pitch from Shoresbauer. Swung on and right at the shortstop. I think it might have even gotten him. I don't know if that bounced off the ground or hit him. Either way, it's a and put a runner at first for the Milaca Wolves. And now to the plate, here's Hunter Alverson. A 2-run single back in the first. First pitch to him is popped up. That is coming my way, but stays in the field of play. And Schwartzbauer cannot get it. And because of that, and it leads to an error. Oh, no. One that should have been caught, but then the throw, it wasn't caught. And that's okay because the throw to second should have been there anyways. So unfortunately, that will put the runners at first and second. And again, an error for Pine City in which really shouldn't have been. This one swung on, line drive out to left. It is caught out there in left. The throw back to second. Oh! Gonna say the runner got back in time. I don't know. If we had the ability for replay with a better camera angle, would have been close. So the runner apparently just did get back in time, but that is one out. Now to the plate is Brady Alverson. Or excuse me, Caleb Johnson, rather. Alverson was the last man out. Pitch from Shoresbauer's in there for strike one. Caleb Johnson readying, but Shoresbauer's going to check that runner at first before he pitches again. This one is swung on and fouled back by Johnson. 0-2 now to Johnson. And Shoresbauer readying. Strikeout here would go a long ways again. Here's the 0-2. Ooh. Good. I like the pitch there from Shoresbauer, but just out of the zone for ball one. That's outside, ball two. even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Almost got him swinging there, but he holds off. That is ball 3, and that will run the count full now for Caleb Johnson. Runners at first and second, 1 down for the Wolves here in the top of the 3rd inning. They lead 2-1. Full count on the way. That's in there for strike 3, and he'll go down looking as out number 2. Ethan Daladin to the plate now. Grounded out back in the first as the 3rd out. And Schwarzbauer trying to make him the 3rd out once again, but Wolves trying to add on to their lead, and this one's in there for strike 1. Wolves base hit would probably score at least 1 run. This one's going to be popped up over towards first. It's getting out of the infield, and it is going to get down. It is going to score a run. Oh, man. Well, you got to give credit to Bryce Merworth there, just being aggressive, knowing, being very aware of what is happening. And he just running, taking off on out number 2, but that falls. So puts runners at the corner, still 2 down. And Ethan Abel at the plate. Watches strike 1. They're not even going to worry about Daladin stealing second. They're just like, yeah, let's just hold on to the ball because, well, we don't need to risk throwing it, have a throwing error, and allow a run to score. That one's popped up. That one's popped up behind the plate. This is a play for Barth over towards the Milaca bench area, but Ethan Agard comes over and nearly makes the catch himself, but it will fall into foul territory. And now 0-2 for Ethan Abel. Schwarzbauer trying to get out of the inning. That's outside for ball 1. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and you hate to see that there for Schwarzbauer because, man, don't want to waste a pitch, but again, you want to try and get him to reach on one. Almost does there, and a good job there by Barth to block that one, keep it in front of him. But that will even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Ethan Abel. Schwarzbauer, again, pretty darn good pitcher, but again, when he starts to feel the pressure when there's some runners on. That is in there for strike 3, and he'll go down looking, Will Abel, as out number 3. So that is going to do it. 2 hits, 1 run for the Milaca Wolves. And an error out there by the Dragons allows this game to move to 3-1 in favor of the Wolves, but it is still a close game, still anybody's game as we are reaching the bottom of the 3rd inning. This one is still up for grabs between these two teams. No one has a real set control in this one, but tell you what, we're going to take a quick commercial break, be back for the bottom of the 3rd.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bottom of the 3rd set to get going here on KBK WCMP. Leading off is the top of the order, Jacob Staber. Brady Alverson, first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Staber gets a piece of that one. Fouls it back. And now it'll be 0-2. Ready Alverson, readies with the 0-2 pitch. Stays high for ball 1. And again, kind of a wasted pitch there for Alverson, but you'd want to see if he's going to chase anything outside the zone, but Staber stays calm and does not chase. Alverson gets one he likes, and here's the pitch. And fouling that one off is Staber. Keeps count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alverson readies again. Here's the pitch. And Staber once again fouls it off. Alverson gets a signal he likes. Here's the... Ooh, going to be called ball. That one even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Alverson. And again, Staber gets a piece of it and fouls it back. Keeps it 2-2. Two again from Alverson. And Staber fouls this one off. I think it fouled it off himself, unfortunately. That's going to sting tomorrow. So Staber battling up there at the plate. It's still a 2-2 count. Let's see who's going to win this battle. Here's the pitch again from Alverson. That one stays high. So that runs the count full now for Staber. And here's the pitch from Alverson. Got a piece of it just to stay alive. So that will keep the count full. This, ladies and gentlemen, has been what? 5, 6, a 10 pitch at bat? 9. This will be pitch number 10. Full count once again for Staber. Alverson. Staber in a good battle here. Here's the pitch from Alverson. And there for strike 3. And as that one came in, I was thinking, okay, here we go. Staber's going to get that one, but he will go down looking, unfortunately. I think that was one he needed to try and get. But Alverson going to win that battle, and now there's one down. And coming to the plate is Ezra Barth. First pitch is low for ball 1. Here's the 0-1. That's high, and it's 0-2. 2-0, rather. I said 0-2. It's 2-0. Here's the pitch from Alverson. That's low, and that'll be ball 3. 3-0 now for the second batter, Ezra Barth. That is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Ezra Barth. Brady Alverson readies. Here is the pitch. 3-1 is in there for strike 2, and that runs the count full. Here's the full count pitch. That's in there. Gets him again. And another one goes down looking. And if you're Pine City, man, that you just can't have that. I like being patient, but I think in that situation, maybe got to be swinging. Meanwhile, here's Asa Schwarzbauer. Oh, and fouled that one off. I think that clipped the catcher's helmet as he fouled it back. Here's the 0-1 anyways from Alverson, and that's in there for strike 2. So Pine City in danger of going 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third. Schwarzbauer trying to keep this inning alive. Alverson, by the meanwhile, is trying to finish it off, and he does on 3 pitches. Well, 1-2-3 go the Dragons. No hits and no runs. No errors there by the Wolves of Milaca. Still a close game here in this one as we move forward, and we'll head to what will be the 4th inning. So we're about halfway through this one, but we'll return from a word from our fine sponsors, both KBK and WCMP.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973. Where the passion for sports begins.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Back here on WCMP and KBEK. Getting ready for the 4th inning of play, where the Wolves will lead it off with Madden Vanderswag. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Asa Schwarzbauer, ready. First pitch is outside for ball 1. 49 pitches now for Schwarzbauer. This one is given a ride right to the third baseman, but just gets by. And it's not only going to get by, it's going to allow Madden Vanderswag to get into second with a stand-up leadoff double. So a leadoff double there for Madden Vanderswag, and now to the plate is the lefty Elijah Nelson. Milaca in a great spot already to try and extend their lead, but Nelson swinging for the fences on that one. Swings and misses for strike 1. This one fouled down the first base line. For Elijah Nelson, that'll make the count 0-2. On the way, and it. Oh. It's high in the zone, but they're going to call it strike 3. Well, he's going to go down looking, I guess. Man, that one was pretty up in the zone. Well, either way, it is out number 1 for the Wolves. Now back to the top of the order, and it's strike 1 to Adam Drugsma. He'll watch that one go by. This one swung on right to the third baseman, Nick Stewart. Is that going to go foul? And it looks like it did. So it went foul for Adam Drugsma, but it's going to make it 0-2. Shoresbauer with the 0-2. Drugsma not fooled by that one, and that one is low for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Adam Drugsma. Runner at second, 1 down. Shoresbauer readies. Here's the pitch. Swung and popped up towards short. And he is there to grab it for out number 2. Jacob Staber with the catch, and now Bryce Merworth to the plate. He has reached twice, scored twice for the Milaca Wolves. Reached on air in the first, singled back in the third. Again, now 2 down, though, and a runner at second. First pitch to him is ball 1. One-zero pitch from Shoresbauer. Swung on and fouled off the third base line. So a 1-1 now for Merworth. Shoresbauer gets the signal. Here's the 1-1. Merworth lifts this one into right center. That is going to get down. It's a base hit. It not only a base hit, it is, Merworth overran first, and the throw in from the outfield was a little bit quicker than I think everyone thought. So it's just going to be wind up a RBI single, but an RBI nonetheless for Merworth. And that will bring the runner home from second. So now it's a 4-1 lead for the Wolves. And at the plate now is Hunter Alverson. That one is a swing and a miss by Alverson, and it's a 0-1 now. Swing and a miss again. These first 2 have been up in the zone. Let's see if he gets them. See if he gets them with something low. Try and stretch this strike zone a little bit. Here's the 0-2. Nearly the same spot, but this one outside the zone for ball 1. One-two pitch on the way from Shoresbauer. That one swung on. Takes a nasty bounce to the third baseman, and he won't be able to make the throw to first. Be another infield single. So runners at first and second. 2 down for the Wolves, and Brady Alverson at the plate. First one is low, ball 1. Here's the pitch from Shoresbauer. Outside. For ball 2, 2-0 now to Brady Alverson. That one swung on and lifted towards left. And it's going to go foul. Two 2-1 count will be for Brady Alverson. Get a new ball in for Shoresbauer. 2-1 on the way. Outside. 3 balls and 1 strike for Brady Alverson. Runners at first and second. 2 down for the Wolves. They've already extended this lead to 1 more run to 4-1. Shoresbauer. This one fouled back by Alverson. That makes it a full count. Shoresbauer with the pitch. This one swung and lifted out towards left. It's high in the air, and it is caught for out number 3. That one hung a while in the air, but eventually makes its way down, and it'll be out number 3. But the damage was done, as they do score another run. And the score will now read on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 4-1. The Wolves lead over the Dragons. Take a quick break. We come back. It'll be the Dragons' turn at the plate here on WCMP and KBEK.
Join us June 14th for a day full of free outdoor experiences.
Oh, I was there last year, and I'm going again.
Join us for the free youth outdoor experience at the Gopher Rifle and Revolver Club in Harris, June 14th. Come for the axe throwing, exhibits, clay pigeon demos from the fire department, arts and crafts, 2,000 ears of sweet corn. There's really too much to mention. And kids that sign up before May 31st get a free t-shirt. Register now.
It's easy to sign up. There's a QR code on the Facebook page.
Get the QR code today. Visit Long Spurs of Sunrise River.
It was awesome.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Back here on WCMP and KBEK, getting ready for the bottom of the 4th. Dragons trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 4-1. Leading it off for the Dragons is Nick Stewart. You know, uncharacteristically, he went first pitch swinging in his last at-bat, but it worked because he wound up reaching first and then eventually came around to score for their only run of the game so far. And he'll look to put the ball in play once again. Brady Alverson, readies. Here's the pitch. Stewart again, first pitch swinging. That one's going to roll softly to third. Throw on to first is well high. It's going to be an error. How he'll reach. And he will take it to third, or to second. So an error will allow Stewart to reach, and he'll get all the way to second because of the throwing error over to first. Yeah, you could tell that that ball was going to go high, just kind of where his stance was on that throw over, and it was well high. Well, coming out, and going to be the courtesy runner out there is number 10, Tanner Vandervelden. So Vandervelden will be out there to courtesy run for Stewart. And then this pitch in there to, Hogberg is low, but it is a strike down low. So Alverson readies. Here's the 0-1 to Hogberg. That's, nearly the same spot. This one is called ball. So a 1-1 now for Hogberg. Here's the pitch. Got a piece of that one, fouls it back, and now a 1-2 for Caleb Hogberg. Hogberg ready. Brady Alverson checks that runner at second. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And Hogberg just does lay off of that one. And that will even up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Very, very smart job there by Hogberg. Gives him another chance here, 2-2. Brady Alverson with the pitch. Swinging and missing, though, on that one for out number 1. Now coming to the plate is Michael Petronek. Struck out looking in his first at-bat. This one swung on, softly hit, and a diving catch made by the pitcher. And they're going to double him up at second. So a little pop-up to the pitcher for out number 2. And then because the runner at second leaning a little too far, they're going to double him up for out number 3. Well, that's certainly less than ideal for Pine City. No hits and no runs. An error there by Milaca. Will bring us to the bottom, of the top of the 5th. The Dragons trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 4-1 as we take a word from our 5 sponsors.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Back here on both Nice 95.5 KBK and 106.5 FM AM 1350 Anthem Country WCMP. Top of the 5th inning coming your way. And leading off for the Milaca Wolves is Caleb Johnson. Wolves with a 4-1 lead. They have had only, one inning where they haven't scored at least a run. That was back in the second. Meanwhile, here Shoresbauer with the first pitch. It is in there for strike 1. Next pitch is swung on and missed by Johnson for strike 2. So 0-2 now for Johnson, and got to give credit to the Wolves. They've done a pretty good job of 0-2 hitting. Meanwhile, this one is well outside for ball 1 to Caleb Johnson. Shoresbauer shakes the signal off, gets one he likes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for out number 1. Now coming to the plate is Ethan Daladin. He hit a RBI single back in the 3rd. He's currently 1 for 2 on the day. Shoresbauer, the first pitch to him, swung on and missed for strike 1. Got him to swing at one well outside. Here's the 0-1. That one's high and lays off that one for ball 1. So 1-1 now for Daladin. That's going to be low and get by the catcher for ball 2. But again, since there are nobody on the base paths, it will not matter too much. 2-1 count for Ethan Daladin. Shoresbauer with the pitch. Took something off that one. Ooh, gonna say that one stayed up in the zone for ball 3. So 3-1 now to Ethan Daladin. And a good patient at bat here by him, especially after swinging at that first one out of the zone. Meanwhile, this one is swung on and fouled back. So that will run the count full for Daladin. If I'm pronouncing that last name wrong, I apologize as well. Here's the full count pitch. Foul back and hit out of play. It will keep the count full for for Ethan Daladin. And that one's going to be outside for a walk. Well, a 7-pitch walk by Daladin, and he did a good job battling up there at the plate, and he eventually drew a walk. And, again, credit to Milaca. They've been doing a really good job with, one out and getting still runners on the base. Ethan Abel now to the plate. He watches that one come by for strike 1. And it's been unfortunately here for Shoresbauer. He's done a good job with the first pitch strike, but after that, he's been trying to move around the zone, but has not been nearly as effective at getting the ball in the zone. Meanwhile, this is a throw down to first. It is not on the mark, but you're making Daladin think twice about it. It was a strike, though, to Ethan Abel, and it's 0-2. Shoresbauer comes back with one. This one is fouled back. Yes. So it is fouled back. Looks like they say Abel did get a piece of it. Count remains 0-2. Runner at first, one down. Runner had to get back to first because I think he did not get back. And this one, low in the zone, swung on and missed for out number 2. And now, coming to the plate, Madden Vanderswag. He had a double his last time out, last inning. 1 for 2 today. So runner at first, 2 down for the Wolves as they try to, again, add another run onto their lead. This one is in there, I think, for strike 1. They're going to get the runner out at second. Trying to steal, did not get a good enough jump, and the throw from Ezra Barth is there for the out. So what a throw there by Ezra Barth to get the out. And, well, it's not a 1-2-3, but close enough. Close enough for the Dragons. So Daladin did not get a good enough jump there from first. So he was trying to get to second on the steal, and I think there's more credit due to Ezra Barth just because of the throw that he made. That was a very smooth, accurate throw by Ezra Barth. But now here come the Wolves. Their turn back out in the field. They will try and continue to hold on to this lead. So looks like Brady Alverson still out there on the mound for this 5th inning. And leading it off for the Dragons is going to be Bo Heggie. Now, last inning was a one that you kind of dream of if you're a pitcher, to throw under 9 pitches and get 3 outs, and that's exactly what Brady Alverson was able to do last inning. 7 pitches, 3 outs. Bo will lead it off for the Dragons. Here's the first pitch to him, inside for ball 1. Alverson readies. Here is the 1-0. In the dirt, ball 2. Here's the 2-0. Heggie, it's in there for strike 1. Two 1 on the way. And just off or outside the zone for ball 3. 3-1 count to Bo Heggie, the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 5th. That is ball 4, and it's a 5-pitch walk to lead it off here for the Dragons and Bo Heggie. Now to the plate is A.J. Austinson, struck out looking back in the 2nd. Runner at first. That one's low for ball 1. So 1-0 now to Austinson. Alverson readies. And he'll check the runner at first. It gets by, and he is going to gate his way to second. And he kicks the ball. And they're just going to play it safe, play the safer route, and keep him at second. So I don't know if, I believe that one would be counted as an error over there. that allows him to take second. Meanwhile, Austinson, a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at one high in the zone. And those ones, they look a lot better because they're coming at your eye line, so they look a lot better. But those are the ones that you got to lay off of. Your eyes want to hit it, but now a 1-1 for Austinson. Got a piece of it, and it will go softly foul just off the batting box dirt. So a 1-2 count now for A.J. Austinson, runner at second. Brady Alverson. Readies, here's the pitch. Outside for ball 2. That evens up the count for Austinson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brady Alverson checks that runner. Here's the pitch. That's high and inside. That will run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to A.J. Austinson. Trying to fight his way on base here. And Alverson will check the runner back at second. I think they... Well, the umpire out there, I think he was stuck in between calls, and I think when they're stuck, they usually will give it to the runner. They'll give the benefit to the runner. So it will still be a full count here for Austinson. Alverson, readies. That was a good pickoff attempt, though, from Alverson. That's ball 4. So A.J. Austinson draws a walk on 6 pitches. And that brings to the plate the DH, Jackson Karras, who struck out swinging. Looks like we're going to have a quick mound visit here for Brady Alverson. And, that's tough for the young man because he's not had a bad outing. And I wouldn't even really consider this a bad inning, but they're gonna just talk about something real quick and just give him some confidence, get that confidence back up, and just let him know, hey, no worries, it's only 2. We've gotten out of worse, so let's focus one at a time. And that's so hard, especially when you've got runners at first and second with nobody out. That's so hard to think about it that way. You just got to go one at a time. You think to yourself, oh, man, I just want the out. I just want an out. And then you start to try and induce some, you go grounders or fly balls, and that's when you can leave them over the heart of the plate for some big base hits, and then you get in trouble. But, they're out there to let them know, hey, remember, it's one at a time. You can't get, 3 outs with 1 pitch. So let's stay calm. Let's come back and try and get it one at a time. And again, I haven't really seen a dip in confidence from him. I like the fact that the coach comes out and just reassures that. Jackson Karras at the plate now. Here's the pitch from Brady Alverson. Karras got a piece. That one fouls it back. So an 0-1 count now for Karras. That one is swung on, and it's going to get under the third baseman's glove, and they're going to hold him at third. It's going to wind up being a single for Karras. Runners are on every single base, so that loads the bases for the leadoff man, Jacob Staber. 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts, and what a way to change your fortunes right here if you are Jacob Staber. First pitch swinging, that's a line drive out to left field. It beats him. That's going to score a run. It's probably going to score 2. Do they have a chance to score 3? 1 run comes by. A second run comes by, and they're going to hold him at third. A 2-run double there for Jacob Staber. He hits the Karate Kid. Stance out there at second. What a hit from Jacob Staber. Like I said, you want to change your fortune in this one, That's one way to do it. My goodness. One pitch, and he completely changes the look of this game because now it's 4-3, and the Dragons still have nobody out. This ball is thrown in there. Strike one to Ezra Barth. And Ezra Barth is also looking to change his fortune here today. 0-2 as well. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Alverson. 0-1 turns into 0-2. So Alverson coming back with a little bit of a point to prove with these last two strikes. Now looking for strike three in the first out. Here's the pitch. And swing. Oh, a foul tip for out number one. So a three-pitch out there for Barth. But now to play Asa Schorsbauer. And again, another young man who's looking to turn around. You know, it's been unfortunate for Pine City here today. Their first three batters are 0-2 so far. Schorsbauer behind that one, cannot catch up to it for strike one. Brady Alverson with the 0-1 pitch. Low for ball one. 1-1 now for Asa Schorsbauer. Alverson readies. Here's the 1-1 delivery. In there for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Asa Schwartzbauer. And he's trying to keep himself alive. And a base hit scores 1, maybe 2, depending on where it would go. But here's the 1-2 from Alverson. And just out of the zone for ball 2. That'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good battle here between these two teams. I thought this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Here's a pitch from Alverson. And that stays high for ball 3 to run the count full. Runners in scoring position. 1 down. Full count for Schwartzbauer. Brady Alverson. Readies. Here's the pitch. Oh, in there. It's going to get him. Going to get him looking for out number 2. And that's one where a lot of people here thought it was ball 4, but just manages to get that one in there for the strike. And 2 down now. Runners in scoring position. And here comes to the plate Nick Stewart. If there is anybody who can keep something alive, it is this young man. Let's see if he can, though. Or did I just jinx him? The old announcer's jinx. Milaca trying just to get out of this inning with only allowing the 2 runs to have scored. No count for Stewart. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 2. 2-0 now for Nick Stewart. And again, one of the more patient at-batters I've seen in baseball this season. 2-0 from Alverson. Stewart tries to give that one a ride, but he misses for strike 1. Been impressed by Alverson of just the ability to come back and be confident after giving up these few runs, but he's coming back with a little something. Here's the 2-1. In there for strike 2, even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But again, that's what Nick Stewart does. You'll throw one like that where you're like, okay, he's going to swing at it. He doesn't, and you're like, why? But then he comes back, and he'll either run it full or then he'll swing and get a base hit or a double even. And that swing and a miss is to end the inning. But the Dragons do some damage. 2 hits, 2 runs. And no errors by Pine. The 1 error for Milaca. And the Dragons are back into this one. They do leave 2 stranded, but they do score 2 to get back within 1 of the Milaca lead. Believe it or not, It's the 6th inning when we return, in the word from our fine sponsors here on KBK and WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
And we're back on Nice 95.5, KBK and WCMP 106.5 FM and 1350. Leading it off for the Wolves is Madden Vandersweg. And you might be thinking, well, he was at bat last inning when the other guy got out. Yes, he didn't get to finish his at bat because he did not swing and hit the swing and miss for strike 3, and because he didn't put a ball in play that led to an out. He gets to go back up. And so what happened was Ethan Daladin was caught trying to steal second, and that's why he gets another at-bat, really. Even though he only faced one pitch, so he swings and, or bunts, rather. The first one foul, swings and misses here. So it's a quick 0-2 count for Ethan Daladin. Shorsbauer with the pitch. And he kind of wasted one there. That one's high up in the zone. I think I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get it just above the zone and get him to swing under it, but that one misses for ball 1. 1-2. Shorsbauer comes back, and similar spot. I think he's just trying to get that one just a bit lower on that trajectory there, but that quickly evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shorsbauer, the pitch. Ooh. And that is just low for ball 3 to run the count full. Good-looking pitch, but just a little bit too long on that break. And here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss by Vandersweg. And now coming to the plate, Elijah Nelson. 0 for 1 today, walked back in the second and struck out looking in the fourth. He lines up in the left-handed batter's box. The first pitch to him is low for ball 1. This has been a good one. You know, Milaca kind of had all the momentum in the first few innings, maybe stretched it into the fourth, but Pine City's done a good job of keeping themselves in this one. As the next pitch is, again, low for ball 2 to Elijah Nelson. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and into foul territory, but it's gonna be caught by Nick Stewart. Nick Stewart coming from his third base spot to get the out. That one was into foul territory, and Stewart had to go a little bit of a ways there from third near the fence, but he manages to get it for out number 2. So 2 down now for the Wolves, and we're back to the top of the order for Adam Drugsma at the plate, and he watches this one come by for strike 1. Adam Drugsma on the day is 0 for 2 with a walk back in the first. Here's the 0-1 from Shorsbauer. Drugsma gives this one a ride, but it's straight up to Jacob Saber at short. And an anxious second, but he holds on for the out at short. 1, 2, 3. Go the Wolves. No hits, no runs, no errors by Pine City. And we're quickly to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Dragons going to have to start being a little bit more aggressive here at the plate as they are 1 run down. A run after the, if they get 1 run and we get after the 7th inning, it takes us to extra. If they get 2 runs and that score would hold at 5-4, the Dragons would win. But if this score holds as it is throughout the end of the 7th, the Wolves would come away with the win. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, 9th inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work, all the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis.
This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back on WCMP KBK, bottom of the 6th inning, leading off is Caleb Hogberg. Want to let you know that the Longspurs of Sunrise River is throwing an awesome youth event in Harris on June 14th. Axe throwing, clay pigeon shooting, tons of hunting and fishing exhibits, demos from the fire department, 2,000 ears of sweet corn, and a ton of other cool stuff for kids ages 7 to 17. It is a free event. You can visit the Longspurs of Sunrise River on Facebook for more info and to get signed up. Kids signed up before May 31st get a free t-shirt as well. Reading the script there, I did not get to see the first pitch. I know it was in there, but didn't see ball or strike. Meanwhile, this second pitch is swung on and fouled back by Hogberg, who is the leadoff man here. In the bottom of the 6th, it is going to be 0-2 for him. Like to see Hogberg get him to throw a few more pitches and eventually reach, but he swings and misses on that one for out number 1. So less than ideal there for Pine City. And now coming to the plate, Michael Petronek. Petronek is 0 for 2 on the day. Fly out back in the 4th. Going to get a new ball in for the pitcher. He's requesting a new one. One looks like it's in better condition. Get that one thrown in there. This game moving along pretty quickly. Only 5:30. I'm surprised. Oh, the first pitch there to Petronek. It got him. He took it on the elbow. That's our first hit by pitch here today. Ouch. Well, that's one way to get on base, I guess. And obviously nothing malicious on Brady Alverson's part. That's just a ball that got away from him a little bit inside. So now to the plate, Bo Heggie. He kind of let it off last inning with a walk and eventually came around to score as one of the 2 runs. That was a close play. I was trying to hear the conversation between the umpires. The umpire in the infield said, he asked the umpire behind the plate, did you see it? He said no, and they just decided he's safe. It was a little bit closer than they wanted for comfort, but first pitch here to Heggie is in there for strike 1. So 1 down, runner at first. Bo Heggie at the plate with an 0-1 count. Brady Alverson with the pitch. Bunt, right in the air. They're going to double him up. That's it. Oh, no. Well, that's not the way you want it to happen. A pop-up bunt for out number 2. And then they doubled him up at first. Well, another inning that a pitcher dreams of. He only threw 6 pitches. No hits, no runs for Pine City. And we're moving to what could be the 7th and final inning here in Pine City. The Dragons need 1 run for this game to continue, 2 to win if the score were to hold in the top of the 7th inning. But first, we're going to get a word from our fine sponsors. And when we return, we'll have that 7th and what could be final inning here on WCMP and KBEK.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on WCMP and KBK. It is a new pitcher out there for the Pine City Dragons. It's going to be Nick Stewart, who will come out for the Dragons here in the 7th and what could be final inning of this game. So for Asa Schorsbauer, he went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, and struck out 7 for the Dragons. But again, it will be Nick Stewart who will come to the mound and need to get to work right away because we're to the heart of the order for the Wolves. Due up is the 2-3-4 batters, and it's Bryce Merworth to lead it off. And, well, he's had a pretty darn good day. He's 2 for 3, reached on an error back in the first. Has an RBI, and this afternoon as well. That one's popped up. This one is coming near the dugout. And Asa Schwarzbauer, who takes over at third for Nick Stewart, is there to grab it for out number 1, and that's really as good as you can ask for if you're Pine City. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and now to the plate, Hunter Alverson, and he's 2 for 3 today. 2 RBIs, and reached on an error back in the third. So Nick Stewart readies. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on, and this one's lined out to left. And a diving catch out in left. Are you serious, Michael Petronek? What a play! What a play by Michael Petronek out in left. Whoa. Sports Center top 10, here we come with that one. Are you serious out there? What a play. Well, he made up some ground being out of position and then dove for that one, making the catch. Michael Petronek in left. What a play there for him. So that makes it 2 outs now, and to the plate is Brady Alverson, and he's 0 for 3 today. First pitch to him is ball 1. Nick Stewart with the pitch. This one swung on, and this one's going to be a base hit. That's just a good swing there for Brady Alverson. And he'll get to second. We're going to get a change and a courtesy runner out there at second. Coming in to courtesy run is Talon Vanderswag. And now at the plate is Caleb Johnson. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. Johnson 0 for 3 today. Only 4 pitches thrown here for Stewart, or 5 rather. Now that was his 6th. Here's the 7th. In there for strike 1. So 1-1 now for Caleb Johnson. 2 down, runner at second for the Wolves as they try to extend this lead here in the game, but Dragons trying to get out of this one. This one's popped up. Oh, that's looking like a little bit of trouble. The center fielder, Hagee's there and grabs it for out number 3. Well, Stewart only comes out, throws 8 pitches. One hit, no runs, and no errors by Pine City. So Pine City down to their final 3 outs of the game. They need at least 1 for this game to continue into extra innings, 2 for the win. And for the Dragons, they'll be towards the bottom of the order. Not that that has mattered today. It'll be Looks like we'll get a pinch hitter here for A.J. Austinson. And coming in to pinch hit is going to be number 9. That is Darian Rodriguez. So he will pinch hit here for A.J. Austinson. So he'll come in to pinch hit in the 7th inning here for A.J. Austinson. Oh, the Dragons. Trying to get the one. Again, they only need one for this game to continue. If they get the 1 run to tie it up at 4 and they get 3 outs, we're going into extra innings, what would be the 8th. If they get 2, it would be a win. No matter how many outs they have, it would be a win. It would be done. If they don't get any and we get 3 outs, Milaca comes away with the win. So this one coming down to the very end here between these two teams. Brady Alverson still out there. First pitch here to Rodriguez is in there for strike 1. Alverson with the pitch. Low for ball 1. 1-1 for Rodriguez. Brady Alverson readies. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just out of the zone for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike for Darian Rodriguez. Brady Alverson done good work here today. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, or for 1 strike rather, excuse me, apologize. 3 balls, 1 strike to Darian Rodriguez. You might be able to hear the Dragon dugout getting loud trying to support their buddy. That's in there for strike 2, and I don't think Rodriguez was swinging no matter what there on that one. Here we go. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brady Alverson with the windup and the pitch. And Rodriguez keeps himself alive following that one out of play. So he keeps himself alive. Brady Alverson going to be forced to throw at least 1 more for this at bat. But he's done a pretty good job here when the pitch out count's gotten high at 1 bat. And he went. Tried to check his swing, but he didn't hold up in time, and he strikes out. So 1 down, and out of the plate, Jackson Karras. Yeah, that was tough. Darian Rodriguez tried to check his swing, but just didn't hold that bat back in time. And it's out number 1. Meanwhile, Jackson Karras at the plate. Swings and misses at 1 for strike 1. 0-1, pitch on the way. Swung through that one for strike 2. 0-2 now for Karras, and Dragons in danger of going and getting 2 outs right away, but you got to give credit to Brady Alverson. He's done a great job here. You talk about coming up clutch. He has really done a good job here in the last, 2 innings. They've needed him. Here's the 0-2. Nope. Alverson going to step off. So Karras gets another moment. Whether that's good or not, we'll see. Alverson ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And out number 2, and now the Dragons are down to their final 3 strikes. But we're back to the top of the order. Jacob Staber. And Jacob Staber gives a so that one is fouled back. And we had a conversation here between the coaches. Not real sure what it was about, but we're back. Staber with an 0-1 count. Brady Alverson with the pitch. Ooh, Alverson Staber reaching on that one, and now it's 0-2. And here we go. Dragons down to their final strike. Can Alverson hold on and kind of get himself the save here with this one? Here we go. 0-2 pitch on the way. Alverson. And Saber gets a piece of it. Softly hit to the shortstop, but the play is... No! The first baseman drops it! Oh, my goodness. It popped in and out of his glove, and the Dragons will have one more. Oh, my goodness. An error allows Staber to reach, and it keeps the Dragons alive. The game-tying run is at first. The game-winning run is at the plate in Ezra Barth. Oh, my goodness. And sometimes that's all you need. And this, I think, unfortunately for the Wolves, this might be it for Alverson. I think he's reached his pitch count limit. So he might be getting close to reaching his pitch limit here, so we'll see. I think I heard he was at 102. Meanwhile, Twins won today. That's good news, 5-2. But here we've got a battle in this one. It is 4-3. The Dragons have fought back from being down. And so he did not reach it yet. They're just going to have a quick word with him. Pitch count was not reached. I think I heard he was at 102 now, is Brady Alverson. So Ezra Barth is at the plate. 0-for-3 today, and man, can you imagine him getting a base hit here to either score a run or at least advance the runner. But this one, he catches a break. That one softly hit in front of him. It would have been an easy throw for the pitcher, but they're going to call it a foul. I think it either got him or the plate. So Barth gets another chance at it, 0-1. 0-1 pitch from Alverson. No, he's going to check the runner at first, but Staber is back safely. Although he had to dive, he was back in plenty of time. I mean, the infield umpire out there almost called him safe before the ball got there, so definitely safe. Still 0-1 for Barth. Here's the pitch. Low for ball one. 1-1 for Ezra Barth, runner at first. 2 down for the Dragons. Wolves trying to finish this game off, but man, oh man, it's been a fun one. Check the runner again, but Staber is back again safely. Still a 1-1 count here for Ezra Barth. Here's the pitch, and he fouls this one back and out of play. Here we go. Dragons down to their final strike. A 1-2 count for Ezra Barth. Brady Alverson trying to finish it off for his Milaca Wolves. This has been, again, a really fun game here between these two teams. Been real close. Dang near all game. Here we go. 1-2 for Barth. Pitch. Swung on, and that is into the outfield. It's going to get down for a base hit. They're not going to be able to advance the runner past second, but nonetheless, it is a base hit for Barth. Good-looking hit there. Didn't have to swing too hard. Just put the bat on the ball. A 4-pitch single there for him, and now Asa Schwarzbauer at the plate. Again, he's 0-for-3, 3 strikeouts, so what a way to end your 0-for and getting a base hit here. Runners at first and second. Game-winning runs at first. 2 down still. Brady Alverson with the pitch. Swing. You got a piece of that one. I think it went into the chest protector of the catcher. But it is a foul ball, and that makes it an 0-1 count. This has turned out to be a really, really good ball game here into the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 for Schwarzbauer. Alverson with the pitch. Oh, Schwarzbauer. I think he's going to look back at that one and want it back. I think that's one that he could have had. But now 0-2. Here we go. Down to their final strike once again. Schwarzbauer trying to keep him alive. Alverson trying to end it. Here's the pitch. It's high. Ooh, and he wastes one. And the runner safe. Oh, man, the Dragons get aggressive and steal third on that ball that goes high for ball 1 to Shorsbauer. Woo-wee. That is aggressive and a half. So 1-2 for Shorsbauer. 2 down, runners in scoring position. It has gone dead quiet. Here's the pitch. Shorsbauer gives it a ride out to straightaway center. You have to hope for him to drop it, but that is made out there in center for out number 3. Well, man, what a game. What a game this was between these two teams. But this is going to end with a fly ball out to center. Good hit, but stays a little too high in the air, and play is made out there in center. So that's going to do it. The Wolves get the victory here, 4-3 over the Dragons, but what a fight put on by the Dragons here in the final inning. They nearly make that comeback. Tell you what, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll return after word from our fine sponsors, and we'll talk recap of this one here on KBK and WCMP.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Brand Bombers.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, get Red Bull 8.4 ounces, 3 for $6.50. Pringles are 2 for $5 and save $2 on 7th Avenue Pizza when you buy 2. Plus, introducing Lucky Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mention to the cashier, it's your lucky day, and get free items and discounts on drinks and fuel. Whoa! Keep an eye on social media to learn more. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Well, what a game it was here in Pine City between the Milaca Wolves and the Pine City Dragons, and the Wolves are able to come out on top, just keeping hold of that win, 4-3. It was a really, really good battle between these two teams, but again, the Wolves managed to hold on and come out on top despite the late push by Pine City. Looking at it, it was the Wolves who got it started in the first inning. 2 runs off of 1 hit to give them a 2-0 lead. Pine City was not able to answer. But then in the second, the Wolves went close to 1-2-3. They had 4 batters, a walk, and then the rest were outs. Then Pine City was able to answer in the second inning with 2 hits and a run scoring to make it 2-1. And then in the third inning, the Wolves would add on with 2 hits and add another run. Pine City was not able to get a hit or a run in the next 2 innings, but the Wolves were able to add yet another run in the fourth to give them a 4-1 lead. Then they really couldn't do anything in the 5th or 6th inning. The 5th or 6th inning, they kind of struggled a little bit there in those innings and couldn't get much going, so they led 4-1. And as I mentioned, in the 5th and 6th innings, Pine City really started to come back. Pine City got 2 hits and 2 runs in the 5th to get it to a 4-3 difference. And in the 6th, 6 pitches, and they were out of that inning. And then it came down to the 7th. The Wolves looked like they were going to go 1-2-3, but then a double there from Brady Alverson made it extended, but it was a 3-pitch out for Caleb Johnson that got the Dragons out of that inning with Nick Stewart on the mound. And it was down to the Dragons' final 3 outs. Their first 2 went down on strikes, swinging. But then it was Jacob Staber who reached on an error. Then he was able to get to second. And then it was Ezra Barth with a single. And then a steal for Jacob Staber put him and Barth in scoring position with Asa Schwarzbauer up there. And he got his bat on the ball, gave it a ride to the outfield, but it just hung in the air a little too long. And Milaca's Caleb Johnson was able to hold on for the win, 4-3 for the Milaca Wolves. But again, what a game it was between these two teams. A lot of fight shown here between these two. There was a lot of different points and times where either side really could have grabbed hold of the momentum, really could have had it go in their favor, whether it be pitching or batting wise. But these two teams hung in there and battled to the very end. And man, it was fun to be a part of. So that is the final on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. I want to remind you that if you're looking for more sports to keep track of, if you want more local sports, well, stay tuned to our morning shows on both KBK and WCMP. On KBK 95.5 FM with Adam Hefty in the morning from 7:30 to 8:30, or at 7:30 and 8:30, I should say. Then over on 100.9 FM with Josh Amiron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when we'll talk this game, other local games in our listening area, plus regional and national sports as well. Also, another place you can keep up to with local sports is our websites, both kbk.com and wcmpradio.com. You can go to both of those websites, go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will show you all the links for the games that we have coming up that week. If you click on the link, it will take you right to the game, but that is subject to change. Also on our websites, we'll have interviews with coaches and players, articles from games we've been at, and more. And another way you can stay tuned is our social medias over on our Facebook pages for both stations, our Instagram for both stations, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Be sure to go like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you got to do to stay up to date with all things local sports on our social medias. Another way is subscribing to this YouTube page. If you hit that red subscribe button, you'll be subscribed to our YouTube page, and then that will help you do is any time that we go live with a local sporting event, you'll get that notification. All you have to do is click it, and it will take you right to the live video. Here in this one, the Wolves, it was a battle, but the Wolves come out on top, 4-3 over the Dragons on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Again, I want to thank you all, the fans, for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in, because again, if you don't tune in, well, I get told that, hey, no one's tuning in. We don't need you to go out and do games anymore. But because you continue to tune in, I have a job to do, so I appreciate you tuning in. Also, I want to remind you, thank all the fine sponsors. Thank you to them. Of course, if it weren't for them, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here and bring you any of these games. So we really appreciate all the fine sponsors for sponsoring us through whether it be fall, winter, spring, and even summer sports. We give a huge shout out to them. Also, I want to remind you to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could really, really make their day. Again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we need to not just in the month of May, but every month be well aware of what's going on in the world and with people, and be kind, because you never know what they're going through. And being kind, it doesn't take a lot to be kind. You don't need to do this grand gesture. You don't need to pay. It is free to be kind, but especially in today's world, we need more of it today. So again, for Nice 95.5, KBEK, and Anthem Country, WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.